everybody. This is Lance Wrestling. Dave Brown right along ringside, and we're ready to go. Another big championship wrestling.
Oh, I tell you, looking forward to today. We are going to have our first look at Steve Keirn today. Steve will be here on Championship Wrestling today, and he will be going against one of the Nightmares. The Nightmare will not be alone, even though he's wrestling as a single, because Jimmy Hart will be in his corner.
You will see some kind of wrestler in this guy.
And Steve Keirn, yes, indeed. Tim Leonard, then, is going to be going against Chic, Donovan, the Golden Boy, which should be a fine single match. And Kevin Sullivan has a title defense scheduled today of his TV title.
Yes, he does. Yeah, we're going to be finding out a little bit about that. In addition to that, we will be meeting the new U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. Looking forward to that. In addition to that, also, Dave, we have got some slam-bang action of eight-man brawl coming up. All of it today on Championship Wrestling. Better get at it. We've got plenty to do, and we'll be back in just a moment.
At the banquet table smorgasbord, our main ingredient is you. And that's why we constantly strive for excellence in all we prepare. And we prepare a lot. Following your favorite meal, take a delicious trip to our dessert bar. And let your imagination run wild as you create your own flavorful fantasy. It's all you care to eat at one low price. The banquet table smorgasbord.
Check the yellow pages under restaurant.
Sailing a tall call. Oh, hey, we are right here. By golly, I've been telling the folks all week long, and a little earlier, Dave and I were telling them we're going to meet the new U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. And by golly, I couldn't be more delighted to tell the people that Bill Superstar Dundee defeated Stan Lane, won that U.S. Junior Heavyweight title, and by golly, Bill, I'll tell you, congratulations. What a super win and a really rugged bout.
Well, thank you, Lance. I'd just like to thank all the people out there that got behind me when I needed them, and I just brought it up from the floor, and I won. But and a lot of guys said to me, Bill, you never said a word before you got
I didn't even know you were in contention. You had some great classic bouts with Nick Bockwinkel, with Billy Robinson and all. I didn't know you were in contention on the junior heavyweight.
Well, Lance, the reason I never said nothing about it was, let me explain it this way to you. When Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali or whatever you want to call him was in his prime and he was doing his thing, he was a heavyweight, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you was a fighter and you went out and you said you was going to fight Sugar Ray Leonard and you wasn't going to fight Muhammad Ali, nobody would say, so what, you're going to fight Sugar Ray Leonard? Everything was heavyweight. Everything was heavyweight. And people just seem to think if you're an athlete, you have got to be a heavyweight. Well, for the guys at my size, junior heavyweight, that belt is the top dog, and I'm just glad that I won it. And I'll put it on the line for anybody that wants it. All they got to do is just call Eddie Martin, and I'll be sure to have you defend it anywhere they want.
Yeah, my golly, I'll tell you one thing. You've had a lot of great honors, and we've seen you in a lot of great bouts, but you had to go way deep down when Stan Lane deliberately butted you and split you right between the eyebrows and right in there. I thought that was the end of it right there, but you brought it all back.
Well, I did too, Lance, and he kind of threw me. He said he was going out there to wrestle, and I went out there to wrestle. He headbutted me, but I ended up the winner, and that's all that counts. Stanley Lane, if you want another shot, just get in contact with whoever it takes, and you can have the first crack at it, brother.
Never avoided anybody, and by golly, great congratulations again. The superstar. And let me tell you, boy, that is some kind of honor. When Billy beat Stan Lane, he was the underdog going in there, although I think that most of us know him very, very well. Stanley Lane had no idea how tough this guy was. It was a great win. We want to share it with you. Let's take a look at some of the action that took place in that U.S. Junior Heavyweight bout. He's bleeding from the nose, and from right in between the eyebrows, there's another headbutt, Dundee. Now laying down. Stan Lane hit the deck himself, and Dundee, the worst for the wear of it, though. Lane picked him up. Backbreaker drops Dundee down. Crowd hollering for Billy to get going. He drops the foot over the rope and Lane hot. Referee's telling him he had his foot on the rope. Bill getting ready to swing at Lane, but he lost his balance and fell right over backward. Lane has been born and all about 6 minutes now. Leg drop. Dundee gets the left shoulder up. took Lane over. Lane with a billy goat rush on Dundee, and he laid him flat on his back. Bill, still bleeding. Boy, he is really bleeding from the nose. Abdominal stretch. That's tough for Bill. He's bending Lane back. He's trying to get his foot hooked on him. If he does, that could be it. He can't get it hooked. But he's stretching that arm up. I don't know whether Bill can, after the punishment he took for 6 minutes. Referee knocked down by Lane, and he called for the bell, and 13:39 on a disqualification. Dundee still holding on, and the referee explaining that Lane is being disqualified. Billy can't win the belt. Lane will keep the belt, and the disqualification is going to go to Stan Lane at 13:39. Dundee pointing to his eye and telling the referee something on it. Oh, Martin says restart. I don't know about this one. Lane comes right back at Dundee. Dundee had it won, but it was on a disqualification, which meant Lane would have kept it. Look at Lane pour in left and right to that midsection. He rattles Dundee in a corner, and the junior heavyweight champ may make Billy wish he'd have never said restart it. I don't know really what he did say. Dundee! What an amazing turn! 14 minutes and 18 seconds. Stan Lane on a flying press by Dundee defeated the new U.S. Junior Heavyweight champ, Bill Dundee. Boy, I'll tell you, that was something in there. And, of course, the contention was that the referee should have disqualified, and that would have been it. That's the contention by Stanley Lane. However, he did restart because the act was deliberate. And so we have Kevin Sullivan, the TV champion, out here.
Lance, before we get into about my TV title match, I'd like to say this. You know, I'm a very fair person, as you and the people know that. I want to be the first one, James Hart and myself, the first family, want to do one thing. I want to congratulate Bill Dundee for winning that belt because, first of all, to me, being a junior heavyweight, you know, the only difference between a junior heavyweight and a heavyweight is I fluctuate right on that line. Over 230 you're heavyweight, under 230 you're junior heavyweight. Well, I'm about go anywhere from 222 to 228. Sometimes even as high as 230. But once you get over that 230-pound mark as an athlete, you're carrying a lot of excess flesh, a lot of excess baggage that holds you down. And Dundee wrestled the cream of the crop, Stan Lane. And to tell you the truth, I knew Dundee was tough, but I didn't think he beat Stan Lane. So, Bill Dundee, I got to say this to you. My hat off to you. It was a terrific match. And the only other thing I have to say is thank you very much for bringing the title into this area so I don't have to go out of the country or to San Francisco or to Florida to beat you for the title because I am your master, Dundee, because I am everybody's master here. So I will take that belt along with the TV belt, along with the Southern belt, along with the World belt, and along with the tag belt, and put them in my trophy case because I am the main man here. And Dundee, you know it. Stan Lane knows it. Jerry Lawler knows it. Everybody here knows it, especially you.
Okay, all right. Enough about that. I want to get down to your TV title bout. Last week you issued a challenge to Jerry Lawler. Unfortunately, Jerry is booked with other commitments. He's in Florida. He is not going to be able to be here today. And that means, obviously, he cannot wrestle you for the TV championship.
You know, I want to put an end to this. You know, I've gone out here week after week, giving a young guy a chance that he'll never have, probably, ever again. You know, I've beaten them all. You know, it doesn't matter to me, but I've decided I've given young guys a chance. I asked for Jerry Lawler because one thing, you know, I'm a very smart person, as you know that, Lance. Everybody out here, maybe all these ignorant